It just looks right, doesn't it? Even though it's just the 7-year-old shape of an A6, rolling along on 21-inch alloys. Bold, blistered wheel arches stretched thin over the top. Silver door mirrors. Oval tailpipes. Big, brash, Quattro legend stamped up front. And yet, core. What a looker. The RS6 has presence in quantities no family estate car has any right to offer. And it's a similar story with the pace. But so what? Plenty of Audis have looked knuckle-bitingly punchy. And served up obscene portions of power. Why this RS6 goes down among Audi's finest is because the Quattro boys and girls realized, albeit briefly, less is in fact more. You might remember the RS6 before this one had a detuned 5.2-liter Lamborghini V10 crammed into the nose, boosted and torqued up for super wagon duty by twin turbos. It was the undisputed fastest estate king, thanks to 572 bhp. And when Audi replaced it, the new RS6 boasted fewer cylinders and less power. Could their fascinating German power wars really be over? No. The new 4.0-liter bi-turbo V8 powered RS6 was indeed 20 bhp down on the old car, but it was marginally lighter. The right side of 2,000 kilograms this time. And actually torque-wise still. 516 pounds FT plays 479 pounds FT in the V10. So you had a car with more on-demand poke, slightly less weight. Especially over the nose. A quicker 8-speed auto gearbox, and a more flatulent, less muted V8 rumble. All the ingredients. Then, for supreme teleportation of you, your nearest and dearest, and yes, the dog. Because every piece about an RS6 has to contain a minimum quote of canine-themed jokes. It's the law. Sure, it's not a chassis festooned with sensation, but the steering's a sensible speed and weight. This is a car largely conceived before Audi got to messing around with dynamic steering. And despite its size, the RS6 is remarkably easy to place and hustle. Hot hatch-esque, in fact, I'd say. Mind you, hatchbacks have got kinda huge these days. When Audi itself tried to sportify the A7 to make the RS7 a palpably sharper device, it mucked it up. 6 is greater than 7. The RS6 didn't stay second best to its dad in raw numbers for long. In 2015, Audi revealed the RS6 performance boosted to 602 bhp. The age of the 600 horsepower estate car had arrived. Yet, none of the endearing day-to-day abilities were ruined by the RS6's overwhelming a 911 Turbo S's output. Still rode well. Still shrunk around you at speed. Still shut up and cruised politely when yabbery was not the order of the day. Only now. The top speed was 190 miles per hour, still limited, and it'd see off 0 to 62 miles per hour in a claimed 3.7 seconds. And sub 3.5 in real life. It was the consummate super estate. And then, in 2017, all of a sudden, it wasn't. The glorious new Mercedes-AMG E63S also topped the 600 bhp mark. And brought with it a rear-biased all-wheel drive safety net that outhandled the RS6's ruthless traction. The AMG also sounds fruitier, steered with greater clarity and verve. And it has the advantage of a 6 years younger cabin and tech. Oh, and it's got a bigger boot. The biggest estate car boot of all, in fact. Woof woof. But if you drive them within a few days of one another, the RS6 proves it's by no means schooled by the boisterous AMG. There's no doubt it generates less tire roar and its engine, exhaust are happier to melt into the background than the effervescent E63's V8. So, the Audi's a better GT car, and that's before you get to the big one. The ride. The new E63 is very, very firm. Right on the borderline. In fact, of what you could tolerate in an everyday wagon, and that's in the comfort setting. Forget Sport and Sport Plus in the UK, they're jarringly pointless. This is where the RS6's softly approach might just win you back. It's a more one-dimensional machine than the Benz. How often have we said that about Audi Sport and Quattro GmbH products? Closing parenthesis. But boy does it suit the brief of a weaponized workhorse. And then we come back to that stance. It's so achingly handsome, isn't it? 2018 will be this generation of RS6's a curtain call. Fingers crossed Audi remembers how much it got right about this one when it's replaced.